and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Infibeam Avenues Limited Q1 FY2024 conference call hosted by Go India Advisors. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Rajat Gupta from Go India Advisors. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Calvin. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Infibeam Avenues Limited on Q1 FY2024 results. We have on the call with us today Mr. Vishal Mehta, Managing Director, Mr. Vishwas Patel, Executive Director, Mr. Sunil Bhagat, Financial Officer, and Mr. Purvesh Parekh, Head Investor Relations. Also joining us on the call today is Mr. P. Ravi, who is advising Infibeam on corporate and financial strategy as an independent consultant. We must remind you that the discussion on today's call may include certain forward-looking statements and will therefore be in connection with the risks that the company faces. I now request the MD, Mr. Vishal Mehta, to take us through the company's business outlook and financial highlights, subsequent to which we'll open the floor for Q&A. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Thank you and welcome to Infibeam Avenues first quarter 24 earnings call. I'm very excited to present the outstanding quarterly performance of our business, and I'd like to share some of the achievements that have cemented our position as a trailblazer in the payments industry. Last quarter, we achieved the highest ever gross and net revenues. Gross revenue was 750 crores, which has been up 77% year over year, while the quarterly net revenue is about 99 crores. Adjusted mark-to-market loss, which we have recorded in other expenses, if you remove the consolidated adjusted EBITDA was 56 crores, up 31% year over year, while profit after tax was 32 crores, up 40% year over year. Our profitable revenue business strategy is showing successful results, and we feel very confident in being able to create better value for our shareholders going forward. I'm also very confident about achieving this year's guidance. We published the guidance in our presentation, in slide 8 of the presentation in our press release. I think that this is achievable and we should be able to set the path for our next level growth as we instill confidence in the shareholders. We expect revenues to come in between 3,000 to 3,300 crores, which is the gross revenue, and net revenue for the year at about 410 to 415 crores. Gross revenue will be about 50 to 70% year over year growth. The net revenue will see anywhere between 25 to 27% year over year growth. The EBITDA that we expect for this year will be between 230 to 35 crores, which will see an increase of around 30% year over year, and a PAT between 130 to 150 crores, which is about 40 to 60% year over year increase. Over the past few quarters, our company has experienced unprecedented growth in our payments business. Our relentless pursuit of excellence and innovation has allowed us to capitalize on the ever-expanding digital landscape, revolutionizing the way merchants conduct business transactions. One of the key highlights of our performance has been substantial increase in merchant adoption for our digital payment gateway, CC Avenue. Yet again, this quarter we added 9,500 merchants on a daily average basis, and now we have 10 million merchants. And we've seen a surge of demand for our TapPay solution that we launched about 2 quarters ago. This serves as a testament for our trust and confidence that our solution is optimized for the experience that merchants request. And our payment gateway as well as our brand is a gold standard in the payment gateway business. At Infibeam Avenues, corporate governance lies at the heart of the business conduct. We firmly believe and adhere to the principle of transparency, accountability, and their essential pillars for our long-term success and trust. Our commitment to strong corporate governance permeates every aspect of our business, fostering a culture of trust and reliability that resonates with all our clients and stakeholders. We've made certain leadership appointments as we evolve our business. Vijay Subramaniam, who has been with the company, he's been appointed as in the role of CEO for our platform business. Vijay comes with a degree from IIT Madras, and he's worked at Amazon after doing his master's in Urbana-Champaign. And he's worked on several of the key projects at Amazon prior to joining Infibeam. He will now lead the entire platform business for our company and taking it to the next phase. Vishwas Khel, who was the executive director, he will join the role as a joint managing director and will focus on improving and deepening our payment experiences both in India and international. And international markets, we've already announced that we've launched and started our business operations in many of the countries, including UAE, Australia, US, as well as some GCC markets like Saudi Arabia. I will be deeply focused on building, which we've announced recently called the AI FinTech Hub. This AI FinTech Hub is a horizontal layer on top of our existing businesses, which is including both platforms and payments. Change is always around the corner, and sometimes you proactively invite it, and sometimes it comes knocking. But when we look at the potential of what artificial intelligence and machine learning can accomplish, we think that this is the right time to embrace it. The bold bet is one worth taking. The companies that will do well in the long term and succeed are the ones that are able to create intelligence within their systems and processes and focus on productivity as well as other aspects of what we can accomplish for our clients. I'll be serving as the Chairman Managing Director of Infibeam, and both Vijay as well as Vishwas will be taking over some of the functions that enable us to grow our platform as well as payments business. The world is experiencing unprecedented digitization across various sectors, revolutioning the way we transact, the way we work, the way we live. Digital transformation has also brought in an alarming increase in cyber fraud, security breaches, as well as posing significant challenges to both individuals, businesses, and governments worldwide. In this era, artificial intelligence will emerge as a very powerful ally in combating such fraud, managing risks, as well as ensuring secure authentication process. Infibeam will establish India's first artificial intelligence hub headquartered in New York City, and we will initially focus on fintech and financial sectors, building solutions in these three areas, which we acronym call FAR, which is fraud detection, authentication, and risk. To bolster our play, Infibeam will also be hiring some well-known industry experts to build business vertical under leadership. This will create more value for Infibeam going forward. We are also doing structural changes to sharpen our focus on the core business, which is payments and enterprise software. We're listing our wholly owned subsidiary Odigma, which is into online digital marketing. It's run by professionals. The CEO of the company is Matthew. He's got a degree from IIM Bangalore. He's been with us for several years. And we have certain marquee clients with him. They're profitable, and they will also be running a registry business called .O. While .O earlier was in the standalone Infibeam Avenues financials, that particular business will be transferred to Odigma as we believe it is complementary to them in offering domain infrastructure, domain services along with marketing solutions. Infibeam Avenues will also increase its stake in FinTech Private Limited. If you recollect, Infibeam owns 16% of the business, which was into remittances to and from India. Primarily focused on bank and software, bringing remittances from different countries into India. And somebody had to send small amounts of money from international to India, they would not be able to afford a $25 SWIFT. And rather than using alternative channels, this particular company provides bank-grade software so that individuals can send even small amounts like $50 and $100 into India, by paying a very small fee. And the technology enables it to actually make it extremely competitive and productive. And while we were looking at this business and while we were looking at payments and globalization of payments, we'll be adding an additional 25%, increasing our stake in the company to 41%. We'll also be subscribing into compulsory convertible debentures of 1.4 crores into the company along with other investors. The company has multi list of investors including ICICI Bank, Paytm and many others. And what we plan to do is to increase our holding and make it an associate company of ours, whereby Infibeam Avenues will own 41% of the company. Overall, our aim is to seize maximum opportunity in growing digitization era that is complementary to our business and stay ahead. I will now ask Vishwas to give you updates on our payment business. Vishwas, over to you.
Thank you, Vishal. So over the past months, we have worked relentlessly to enhance our technology and strengthen our operating metrics. I am thrilled to share the results of our efforts with all of you. Our mission has always been to revolutionize the way transactions are conducted, and I'm proud to say that we have delivered on that promise. We have developed state-of-the-art infrastructure that ensures security, scalability, and lightning-fast transaction processing. Our upgraded technology stack will not only bolster our offerings, but will also provide a seamless and delightful experience to both the merchants and the consumers. Our CC Avenue TapPay solution, which is a revolutionary mobile application, is a step in this direction, which holds a lot of promise to change the way payments are done in our country and beyond. It offers 200 plus payment options to merchants in a single integration, and which is by far the highest number of payment options in the offline mode in India. Since we started rolling out, we have achieved 150,000 downloads in 7-8 months of FY2023, 50,000 higher than we had anticipated. This has grown to now over 300,000 by the end of Q1 FY24. We are seeing an accelerated demand from the merchants. Our aim is to reach the hinterlands of India, offering our products at soft cost with a very sophisticated app-based payment solution. It's very simple to use and it's relatively cheaper than the competition and is portable. Internationally, UAE continues to grow as expected and continues to maintain a stable double-digit net take rate. In Saudi Arabia, we should receive our data localization compliance certificate in a month to be able to start rolling out digital payments. In bill payments to BBPS, our volume-based payment share has improved by 80 basis points to 11.1% in Q1 from 10.3% in Q4. Q1, which is typically a seasonally weak quarter during the year, the net take rate was around 8.4 basis points. It is up 16% year on year, but was slightly down compared to 9 basis points in Q4 due to the change in business payment mix. An increase in transactions from certain low MDR industries and a spike in less credit card transactions have slightly lowered the take rate compared to the debit options, resulted in net take rate going down during the quarter. So we are hopeful that Q2 onwards, with the onset of activities and later followed by the travel season, the take rates will improve and move towards our double-digit figures by the end of the year. I'll now hand over the call to Sunil to give you the financial updates. Sunil ji, all yours.
Thank you, sir. Dedication to prudent financial management, strategic investments, and operational excellence has yielded results that are a testament to our collective efforts. Financially, we have achieved impressive growth driven by a steadfast focus on efficiency and innovation. Our revenue has surged by 77% year on year to 742 crore, driven by higher contribution from credit card payment. Credit card, like the previous quarter, contributes more than 50% to overall payments processed in India. This number for us is about 80% in the UAE market. Growth revenue is complemented by an equally robust increase in profitability. With a rise of 31% in EBITDA and 40% in PAT, adjusted for M2M gain or loss, which is a notional value and not part of the operations, strictly speaking. Operationally, the number of merchants have touched 10 million, which is a great future potential for us cross-sell through lending with express settlement and other modes that we have. Our net take rate for the quarter was 8.4 basis points, up 16% year-on-year. We continue to work towards taking our net rate to double digits. We have highlighted on slide number 9 short to medium term key focus areas for how we are planning to take it to double digits. As we speak, we are already working with banking partners and with merchants on pricing, and we are seeing positive outcomes for some of these initiatives already. International expansion is on track. We'll share more details once we go live over the next few months. UAE continues to be in double digit and take rate zone-wise. The launch of TapPay in UAE will be able to gather higher market share in the region, and will also launch it in Saudi Arabia and other GCC markets. Offline, CC Avenue TapPay as a strategy will start bearing fruits for us over the next 12 to 18 months. We have a focused strategy to scale our international business. As we look to the future, we remain committed to our vision of sustainable growth, innovation, and unwavering financial integrity. Our accomplishments this quarter, along with our guidance for the year, pave the way for an even brighter journey ahead, one in which we will continue to create value for all our stakeholders. With this, I will now hand over the call to the operator to open the floor for Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question comes from the line of Jonathan Fernandez from White Bridge Capital Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Hi, just 2 questions. So I have a doubt. So most of the new age internet companies are currently like diversifying into lending. And is it because there is more money to be made in lending, or is there something else? What could be your take on this? And secondly is, if you could throw some more light on the TapPay expansion plan, like how many downloads have you seen, what are the performance goals, and how do you plan to compete with the established players in the offline space, whether it's the POS players or the new age UPI companies with QRs? So how do you plan to compete with them because they're more prevalent in the offline space, right?
Sure. So, I can answer the second question first, and then I'll pass the third person. This is Vishal Mehta. As far as TapPay is concerned, we think that there's a big potential for TapPay related to the services business, not just products. So whether you're a spend consultant or whether it is, you're able to provide some services. Typically these merchants don't have a point of sale solution. And so to be able to offer solutioning not just to merchants but also to service providers is a big opportunity that we believe is in front of us. While we have not segmented the numbers and we have not provided numbers in terms of how TapPay will grow, one thing I can tell you is that we expect that we will hit 1 million merchants this year itself. This is almost 10% of the population of merchants that we hold today. So if we're at a 10 million number, I think we should at least have 10% of our merchants on TapPay. That's the internal metrics that we are working on. The take rates for these merchants are better than what we see in the online front. Directionally, they said that we want to go to 2-digit take rates. While we're at 8.4 basis points, we'd like to get that take rate to go into the digits. And a combination of international expansion, TapPay, and be able to focus on certain verticals which are high yield will allow us to get there. So, I think that is in a nutshell what we can share at the moment. And when we get, but one thing I can tell you is that TapPay is not meaningful at this moment in our overall structure that we can segment out and we can talk about it specifically. 10% of the population is not a small number, we believe, in 1 year. So we think that, it's in a very important one. It's an acquisition we've made. And, we feel more confident about the success of this acquisition going forward, given that we'll not just open up in India, but also in international locations. Vishwas just mentioned that in UAE also we'll open up TapPay. And we should be able to increase our merchant count by multifold there, and by factors there compared to here, because the base there is smaller compared to what we have in India. So this is as far as TapPay is concerned. Can you remind me of the first question? You were speaking easy. I was not able to follow the first question, please.
Yeah. So the first question was mainly about, most of the companies are diversifying into lending. So I just want to know, like, the or take B. Is it because there is more money to be made in lending, or is there some other component here?
Lending, if you look at some of the global peers, you will find that the revenue streams come from payment, lending, and advertising for some of the large internet companies. And so I think that common thesis that, these three verticals are potentially, ones that can provide profits to companies and to a scale. And what we believe in is that if you're in the technology business and if you're not at scale, you're not doing anything important. So in whatever we are doing, whether you talk about payments where we have scaled up, or whether we think about enterprise software that manages scale, I think that becomes the core mantra for us that, whatever we need to do, we need to actually scale up. As far as lending as an opportunity is concerned, I think, it's evolving. I think you would have noticed that there are a lot of regulations that have changed around lending in the past few quarters. And compliance to those regulations becomes critically important. That is one. Second is that we think, through processing, lending through, having merchants sign up for payment gateway and be able to offer them, lending solutions become an extremely attractive proposition. And so I think that, we already have discussed in the past what we're doing in terms of instant settlement or express payment, whereby the merchant can receive payments immediately as opposed to waiting for 2 days or 5 days settlement period. So we think cost of collection lending is really a collection and not about giving. So we think that as long as you're able to optimize your process in such a way that you can have visibility, transparency, and have the cost of collection go to or tend to, I would say practically zero, but yeah, practically zero, then I think that in such cases becomes a very attractive proposition, and the Indian market is right for it. So we think that lending is a very important facet of what we'll end up doing. And we think that, as we build up, you'll hear more about what the company will end up doing. When we talk about artificial intelligence and a few things that allow us and enable us to access our models and be able to deliver on performances, those are decision-making models. So when we think about and when we discuss about our AI hub opportunities of, fraud, authentication, and risk, these are these models. And if we're able to build out such models, actually allow us to be able to externalize them and offer it to others, I think it becomes an attractive proposition. First, we will try on ourselves before we do and provide to others. We think express settlement is a big opportunity right now for us. And the cash reserves that we have will cut down on that this year.
All right. And lastly, I just wanted to know, what are your thoughts on how do you see the business evolving over the next 3 to 5 years in that kind of timeline?
See, I'll tell you, I think that, we've discussed that we want to get to a point where we get to $100 million in processing, in the next couple of years. We think that, potential does exist. We want to get to double-digit rate. It will be a combination of, domestic and international growth. International is less than 10% of our rollout, single-digit percentage. We would like to allow it to grow to a 30% number. And, while India also grows and, the beachhead and we'll be able to, while we build all the solutioning in India, fortunately in payments, India is far more advanced than other countries, so that gives us an edge and an advantage. So we think that we should be building out business in that front. We are, getting into, the entire discussion and conversation around artificial intelligence. And I think that, that becomes a very critical factor for any company. I'm very optimistic about it. And the way we see the response and the things that are evolving around us. So I think, while we look at, different aspects of artificial intelligence, the ones that we focus on are, the ones that go horizontal to commerce and payments, being, data models, because a lot of companies have data, but it's not in a perfect shape where you can model on top of it. Second is the models themselves and being able to test and tune them. And then the third thing are the decision models, the ones that allow you to actually make decisions. And those are the three fronts. And I think, any problem that you'll see in AI, you typically have these three areas that one has to work on. So we are very solutions focused on this, and within the solutions, we build our products.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Reminder to all participants, to ask a question, you may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. The next question comes on the line of Anuj Narula from Makarana Capital. Please go ahead.
Thank you for taking my question. I have 3 questions. So this foray into artificial intelligence that we have announced with our Q1 results, can you give us more details on what exactly are we planning here? And even though this is a bit too early, but given that AI seems to be everywhere now, how big are we planning to take this business going forward? So this is my first question. And another one is, just wanted to have a bit more understanding about your bill payments. Can you share some more statistics in terms of where we are, our performance, and how we plan to grow in this business, and who will be our major competitors in this business segment? And lastly, just one more thing. Any plans to get into B2C business in the future?
So I think the AI question, and I'll have Vishwan take the bill payment question that you have. I know that a lot of people have heard of artificial intelligence and machine learning has been a technology with very, very high promise. It's been around for decades. It's only in the last 15 years that you would have seen companies that are pervasively started utilizing it. And the shift that has been, because of access to such high volumes of compute capacity, which is available at such a low price, and, extensively data being available to be able to go and process and, get competitive frameworks out. So I think, these, whether you talk about large learning models or we have been around for quite a bit, and I think a lot of innovation has happened in the past at least few years that we've seen. So we think that, we're going to focus on solutions, which are going to help support our platform as well as payments business. We think of AI as a horizontal layer, which will escalate. To give you an example, while Infibeam Avenues has a lot of data, but the first place where one has to start thinking about is that this data in a format which goes on top of it. This is not just pure analytics. But you have the capacity to create your own database. And is it in a format, in a framework that you can actually run, modern neural nets and algorithms and deep learning you want to conduct on top of. And I think every company, because it has significant amounts of data, the data is not in a format that somebody can utilize. Short of taking an Excel or creating some small DB, I don't think that they are in a capacity where you can utilize it with some models on top of it. And so I think a horizontal layer where you're able to go and extract such data, put in a format where you can run models, is one area of solutioning that the company will focus on, starting with its own data. That's one. The second area that we will focus on is the modeling part. A lot of data exists with companies, but a lot of companies, we realize, don't know what to do with it. And so, how do you build out such models? How do you use such models is the second area that we can participate in solutioning with it. And these are not mutually exclusive. They could be either or, but they're not mutually exclusive. And then the third part in organizational structure for this is an ability to be able to drive decisions. Once you reach a certain, competency with these models, are the models able to help you make decisions? And when you think about it, I mean, these are the three areas that we think will be important for the company. We will be partnering with commercial as well as government utilization for such things. And in the next few weeks, we will be sharing more information about who we will be working with. We don't think that this is, just a India-specific project program for us. We will utilize the skill sets in the framework on our own, in our own businesses, and we will look at providing solutioning to other companies. What we are not doing is building out a product that everybody will utilize from day one. So I think as we build up, we expect that it will be limited, and then within that solutioning, we'll build out products, which is an approach that we've taken as we build out this framework. We will be adding more data scientists in our business and onto our payroll, and we think that with the promise that AI leaves, and we think it's completely transformative. But I'll leave that for a future conversation, maybe with all of you. But what we will do is, like I said, I'll be leading the program, and maybe that's all I can tell you at this moment. Hopefully, that gives you some idea in terms of how we think of this business. As far as bill payments, Vishwas, you want to speak it over?
Yes, sir. Vishwas here. So our whole bill payment strategy, which is distinct from the payment strategy that we have, right, is run through our Bill Avenue solution and our majority-owned subsidiary company, Go Payments thing. So BBPS, Bill Avenue, it's an interoperable online payment platform for Indian citizens. So we have received now a perpetual license from the Reserve Bank of India to operate as a Bharat Bill Payment operating unit for both consumers and billers on both sides. So today, as we stand, some of the biggest billers that are there, be it Indian Oil, HP, GAIL, DISTV, ICICI Bank. So we are among the top three in the BPOU volume. Over the billers that we have onboarded to the BBPS platform, almost 87% of all billers have been onboarded by us on the BBPS platform. And on the other side, when you see the agent network that we have across our AIs, more than 1 million touch points are there across 1,300 cities and towns across India. These are the small shops which are opposite stations for यहाँ पे bill भुगतान कर सकते हो and book train tickets and things. So more than 1 million touch points are there across the country. If you see the volumes continues rise, right? So if you see FY2023, we did around 15,800 crores of processing almost 11.8 crore transactions of bill payments. And this quarter, this 3 months, we have done now 4,800 crores alone in 3 months and processed over 3.4 crore bills. So the growth volumes and this thing is continuously growing. And under this thing, as we have also our own AI, that is Go Payments, they're alone by giving a variety of other services. In FY23, we already did 12,450 crores through our AI subsidiary. And this quarter alone is another 3,432 crores of volumes processed with the Go Payments thing. The whole strategy of driving this ecosystem of the bill payments with direct connects as well as putting on the billers on the other form is going great. So we are among the top players in this industry. Who's the next question? Hello.
Had asked whether you'd like to go to B2C in future.
B2C in future. Right now, no, there is no strategy. We always operate on the B2B principles, direct to merchants, direct to banks. Our technology, including the Bill Avenue solution and the CCAvenue solution, is used by a variety of the banks who will provide the tech. So the whole idea has always been B2B. The reason we don't go B2C is because of the high cost in consumer acquisition and the kind of solutions that are there, BNPL and others, are not excite us at the moment when consumers will focus on lending and other things. Like even our new app that this was just told about, right? The whole app is what is different from what a Google Pay or a Phone Pay is offering in the market. It is just QR code out. It is just an UPI option. What we are offering is that you can just download an app and you can start accepting cards on your own phone. And there is also static QR where you can just show the QR and UPI payments can also come in. There is dynamic QR. There is link-based connections to the same app. So it's an omni-channel, world's most advanced omni-channel app where even a kirana shop in any hinterland in India can just download the app just like he's downloading a YouTube app or any other app and start accepting payments. And it is not just restricted to a UPI payments. Here it is his own phone, so he's not spending anything extra in buying a sound box or paying monthly rentals for that sound box, which is differentiated from the others in the market. And the kind of certification that we have, being able to take PIN on glass, is like among the first in India definitely, but also among the first in Asia Pacific, where even a transaction amount of about 10,000, maybe even a 2 lakh, if the card is valid, can be taken on the phone itself. So it's a very disruptive, different from the existing guys who are deploying hardware, who are deploying sound boxes and others. Ours is a simple app base and it will transform, and the results will come and see. As you said, we are among the only few where we are just not deploying a QR, but we are giving them not only a QR, but accepting this thing through a mobile app, the entire credit cards, debit cards, and other things. That's the differentiation.
Got it. Thank you. That's very helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, to ask a question, you may press star and 1. The next question comes from the line of Chase Sanchetti from Mania Finance. Please go ahead.
Hi, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to understand what will be the role of Mr. Malay Mehta in the new company which will be demerged, and what will be his holding? His holding directly, I think, is 1.29%. What is his indirect holding in Infibeam Motors Private Limited, and will there be any selling seen from him?
There's no role per se, which is a first question. There's no new company that they're establishing. So it's a business vertical that they're setting up, as an AI hub for the company. And, that company is, as far as the initial core focus is concerned, we are going to keep on building up, both in terms of, the payments business as well as the platforms business. So to answer your question, I don't think there's any role, and neither it's a separate company. It's within the listed company itself that we are building out the AI hub vertical headquartered in New City. We do have plans to expand the hub across several cities in India, while the headquarters will be in New City. But we will expand across other larger cities within the country as well. As the holding is concerned, it's listed, right, 1.39%. And the other group companies, where you are talking about where they hold, equity in the listed company, they continue to be having independent directors in their own setup, whereby he is not involved with those company decisions.
So no holding in Infibeam Motors Private Limited?
No. No holding.
Okay. And do you see any selling from him after this exit?
I think it's, it'd be too hard to say because everyone has their own decisions to make. But, I think that, as and required by the regulatory authorities, we will be announcing whatever is out there. So I can't be able to comment on that at this time.
Okay. My second question is regarding the AI-enabled fraud detection. Are we looking at setting up our own, team, or are we looking at any acquisitions in the space? There are many companies in the listed space also available. Are we looking
So
at
our internal drive is to build and not to buy. So in other words, we will be having an internal team, of data scientists who will become part of us to build out. And, we'll continue evaluating opportunities as they come our way. So in other words, while we are not averse to, looking at, an acquisition, but our internal bias is to build and not to buy.
Okay. And just the last question regarding the Tap Pay. Very exciting to listen to you about Tap Pay. How that every phone can become a POS. If I understood it from your explanation of the last question. How do you download this? Is there any link or something? And secondly, is the understanding right that every phone will POS and you can accept payment from that? So effectively, 140 crore people, there will be lots of POS without any actually creating hardware for that.
Yes, Vishwas here. So the app is available, CC Avenue for Business, on the Google Play Store. You can download it from there. All the merchants, everybody, it's there on our CC Avenue website also, link is provided. India is an Android market. Any Android version 9 and above can accept it, and the phone should have an NFC. So every smartphone, I think about 3,500 rupees is already having an NFC chip, right? So that is all the two requirement that is there. Android phone with NFC, which almost every phone has, every smartphone of 3,500 and above has it, and Android version 9 and above, which can accept it. And just go on CC Avenue. Even the sign up and online onboarding is also through the app itself.
Okay. My effectively becomes a POS, right?
Your phone becomes a POS, because that's where the whole thing is to align with the Prime Minister's vision of Har Bharatiya Vyapari. So it's an ability to pay is what we have been focusing till now. All the guys just be able to pay, go out with your house without cash. Now we are changing the whole 360 degrees, and now we are saying ability to collect. So anybody and everybody, be it even a courier at the railway station, after doing his job, he can just collect it, or a tuition teacher at the student's home can collect the payment by just taking out the phone. And the payment options are not restricted, just UPI scanning and doing it. There's also credit cards, debit cards. The credit card volumes are growing, 150,000 crores and above per month. Volumes are growing. And debit cards and even different wallets that are there in the market can be accepted through it.
Okay. And what will be the revenue model for this? I mean, how will we...
same CC Avenue model. It's the same CC Avenue model. We earn on every transaction. That's what we discussed in the first part of the call. That's where it does. But in the offline world, the bips a little higher. So the margins are in double-digit bips.
Great. All the very best.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Garima Shah from Envision Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for taking my question. I am curious to know what's happening to the GEM 2.0 platform. I mean, are you in the process of building it through, or it's still some time away?
Yeah, so I'll give you some background. We've announced that as well in one of our public announcements. GEM 2.0 is a completely new platform. It has no relations with the current existing platform. There is an RFP which was floated by the government of India, whereby, there is a definition called MSP, which is a main service provider, and that customer has to build from scratch. The timeline for that is about 18 months to deploy. And, within that time frame, you also would need to migrate the old platform data and the others to the new platform. The current contract which we have is up to December 2023. and there is an option to extend that contract. Even in the existing contract, Infibeam Avenues is not MSP. We provide the core technology infrastructure for the marketplace. And, in the past as well, we've announced that we will be working with companies, whether it's a current MSP or whoever is the new MSP, in this case TCS, to be able to go and offer our core solutioning frameworks. So, other than that, I don't have too much to share, but we expect that we should hear, something in the next 2 to 4 weeks. That is regarding, the extension of the existing contract and how and when we would participate in terms of building the new program. And as we have available information, we'll share it with you.
So the processing volume of 53,000 crores that we've done in this quarter, we earn some margins on that.
Correct.
And that kind of, if everything goes well and whatever is the contract, that kind of can continue going ahead.
That's correct.
Okay. And the other question that I had was on this entire Go payment. So the transaction value of 3,400 crores, what does it mean? It means all these services together, which you highlighted on the slide, or what is it?
Vishwas here. So it includes all the services provided by Go Payments to the agents, directly to the consumers. So that is the services they offer to the agents who further give on all these services like money transfer, recharges, insurance, tax collections, BBPS bill payments, other payment systems, and all that stuff. So the total volume done through that processing through those agent networks last year was 3,440 crores, and this quarter it has in days alone it's around 3,432 crores.
And this has higher take rates, or what's the take rate on?
So there are variety of services. Some are flat fee, some are percentage, and other things. But at the individual this unit level, it has already gone into profitability from this month itself.
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, to ask a question, you may press star and 1. The next question comes from the line of Ashish from Infinity Alter. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Just a couple of questions from my side. One is there's a substantial cash in the balance sheet. What's the thought process in terms of capital allocation going forward on that?
Sure. So basically, we talked earlier about express settlements. And express settlement is such that rather than doing a settlement with a merchant on T+2 or T+5 days, we do the same day settlement. When you pay a merchant, generally it takes a settlement time before we would remit the amounts into the merchant account. But instead, we would do the exact same day. And for that, we have extra bits. It's typically not lending. It's essentially part of our contract and structure whereby we are able to do same-day settlement. What it does is it increases the cash flow of the merchant significantly. And through that, by design, our cost of collection practically is in there because the money is coming into the escrow, and then at the end we would ensure that we would submit to the bank and take the amounts. And for that we put our own balance sheet. So rather than taking any loans, we will put our own balance sheet into it, because we've done more than integral wise, more than $1 billion last year of express settlement, 0 NPA. So now that we can do $1 billion, we think that we can go to $10 billion. And rather than doing and scaling it up without actually understanding the dynamics, we took a completely conservative approach. And that's one place that, we'd be positioning. And the second area that we'll focus on is international growth. So we think that international can potentially become 30% or more of our overall and, revenues. And we think that, somewhat raising capital as well as investing capital into the international markets. Each of the markets, there will be different dynamics. But we think that becomes a potential opportunity for us to grow. And the third area that we'll be looking at investing into, and we've already announced that, is, artificial intelligence, the AI/ML framework that we build up. And that is more of a solutioning framework, not a product framework. So we think that as we build up, we'll continue, receiving revenues as well while we're building through, and eventually it'll transform into a product. Because you're solving large problems with the government commercial use and potentially building out, product that helps the industry build up further. These are the three areas that we'll spend capital in.
And in terms of the adjusted PAT, what is the MTM? Why did we have an MTM loss this quarter? Is it because of the business? Because
the MTM loss is basically because of the investments that we've made in companies. So it's a notional loss.
Which the Middle Eastern company, is that the loss?
No, it's DRC Systems.
Okay. That is the...
It's a software services company in terms of substantial portions of.
Okay. And... yeah, okay. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Biju Nair, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Sir, I would like to know when we can have NASDAQ listing. Since the share price is not moving, it's around 14. We know that we don't have a control market. So what we is doing to create value for shareholders? What is the plan for NASDAQ listing? Thank you. There was a report in from that's why I was asking.
Yeah, so currently, the Indian company has no plans to list in NASDAQ. That much I can tell you. International opportunities that we have, whereby we own 100% subsidiary in other countries, one of them being UAE. UAE processes 10 billion dirhams right now on an annualized basis across 7,000 odd clients. So if you go to the top of Khalifa, you go to Bima Property Tax, the Mac Property, many others. And hopefully some of you may have talked to your friends and family in UAE. They would have used CC Avenue UAE. And with TapPay, from a few thousand merchants, we'll go to tens of thousands of merchants. Unlike India, UAE is not a very large geography. And the article that you refer to is where, there are opportunities to raise capital in each region. And that is the reference that you may be alluding to. Currently, we don't have anything more to add other than the fact that we'll be raising capital. And as and when we hear from, our subsidiary, we'll be able to announce it to you as well.
So we are planning anything for corporate action like bonus issue and create value for shareholders?
So we've given dividends, full year dividends for last year. We will continue evaluating, and having a good advisors in what we should be doing this year. We've given guidances for this year. We think we are very confident about achieving the numbers we have stated in our guidance. And first quarter being a soft quarter, we still had a plus of 30% growth in terms of gross revenues. We've announced some kind of structuring where we are letting one of our subsidiary companies into the market, giving shares of that subsidiary company to our shareholders, which is Odigma, which is the one that we've announced recently. So, as and when the opportunity is right and the businesses are built up and mature, and when they have an opportunity to grow, we will continue doing this.
So will it be separately listed?
Yes, it will be separate listing.
Okay. When it will happen, sir? Year end?
It's depending upon regulatory approvals, but we think it should be financial, this fiscal. But we can, of course, it has to go through the process.
Next year we can think of a bonus issue, not this year.
While I will not be able to comment specifically on your comment, What I can tell you is that as soon as Odigma is listed, our shareholders will be receiving shares of that company.
Okay. So the share is not moving too much, that's why.
Yeah. No, and like I said, we've also announced our AGM dates for dividends as well, along with our.
Thank you.
Thank you. Due to time constraints, that was the last question. I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Thank you all for attending our first quarter conference call, and we look forward to keeping in touch and providing you with the latest updates of the company, and look forward to having you again back in our such calls. Thanks all.
On behalf of Go India Advisors, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.